Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Tuesday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the Los Angeles Lakers are back in action again tonight as we have made it to the final four of the NBA playoffs. And what do you know? What do we have here? It is the exact same teams from the bubble. And a lot of people said, and I'm not going to make a whole show about this, but I did want to just kind of throw this out here. And I said this just about a week ago. I would not be surprised if we ended up with the same Final Four in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals as we did back in 2020 during the year of COVID, during the bubble year. And a lot of people want to say that that championship has no merit. But to me, I don't necessarily agree with LeBron James saying it's one of the most difficult, but what do I know? Because I was not there. I know it can be difficult to be away from one's family members because you're used to being on the road, but then you come home and you get you get to be surrounded by your children, your family, your cousins, your aunts, your brothers, whoever. So it just makes you feel better. So just being in that situation and not knowing what was going on and your mind could only focus on nothing but basketball. For some people like a Paul George who said it impacted him greatly, it was very difficult. For others like LeBron James, he could step up to that challenge. And to me, what made it so special was, to me, it's just the best basketball players in the world, mano a mano, no crowd, no nothing, no variable. So it just really showed who was the crema de la creme of the league at that time, even though, we do know there were some participants who elected not to play in that particular tournament. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And now LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers are seeking to I won't say redeem, but they are seeking basically to make something of this championship run, because what they want to do is prove to everybody that, hey, the bubble was no fluke. The bubble is actually real, and let's go. And now we have a chance to do this in front of not only our home crowd, but in the front of home crowds of other teams as we send them home with tears in their face. Just like I said, and I said in the first round, I picked Lakers in 6 against Memphis for various reasons. I said in the second round, I picked the Lakers in 6 against Golden State. And for those of you who didn't get to see the recap, the live stream I did following that game, we had a lot of great topics as we discussed that. So if you haven't had a chance to do so already, go back and watch the live stream for after that game. We did a great recap. I was supposed to come back the following day and do a full-on recap, but as you know, had a lot of things going on, especially all of you who are my faithful subscribers already know. But anyway, what I want to do now is take a kind of deep dive into the Denver versus Lakers matchup. And I just feel like, I was going to wait until the end and tell you my pick, but you already know what it is, so I won't waste time. But leading up into my pick, I want to go into all the variables, because this Denver team is a lot different than that Golden State team that the Los Angeles Lakers just faced. And I've been telling a lot of people, there's been a lot of people in the comments, a lot of people saying LeBron James has lost his step, LeBron James this and LeBron James that, LeBron James is old. And although I do think he is still dealing with that nagging foot injury, I will say this. This is going to be more of a LeBron James series than the prior two series, because in the Memphis series, you had an Xavier Tillman and a Jarrett Jackson Jr. who could switch on pick and roll. So trying to do a LeBron James AD pick and roll was not very fortuitous for the Lakers, nor was it advantageous for them to do so, because you had an Xavier Tillman and a John Morant who could Xavier Tillman and a Jarrett Jackson Jr. who could Tillman used his strength against LeBron, and so could Jarrett Jackson Jr. and his speed and his, he was the defensive player of the year. So need I say more with that? But also you had Dylan Brooks who could switch in that lineup too, who just made all NBA defense, I believe second team, maybe first team if I'm not mistaken. But at the end of the day, that proves he is a great defender in this league. I've always said that Dylan Brooks was a great defender. So LeBron James had to deal with that in the first round, and so did the Los Angeles Lakers. So then you come to second round, they was doing a lot of the same as far as being able to switch. Golden State was constantly switching on pick and rolls, switching between Andrew Wiggins and switching between Draymond Green. So that kind of rendered the pick and roll, LeBron James, Anthony Davis pick and roll ineffective. However, in this series against the Denver Nuggets, you have a team that basically likes to do a lot of drop coverage, which is going to allow LeBron James to get downhill. And if you look at what Denver did in the Phoenix series, Phoenix didn't have a player like a LeBron James who could put a pass on a dime to the weak side off the pick and roll. That's what LeBron James does best. So LeBron James is going to be using a lot of his basketball IQ as he picks apart the Denver defense. And we know that we saw LeBron James not be as much as a facilitator during the past two series, just so he can kind of save his legs, because he could trust a D'Angelo Russell to initiate offense. He could trust an Austin Reeves to initiate offense. He could trust a Dennis Schroeder to initiate offense. But now with this, LeBron James will be able to, because he'll have an Aaron Gordon on him who can probably get downhill on, because if the Denver Nuggets like to play drop coverage, LeBron will get downhill and make a pass on a rope to the weak side corner. And we already know how great the Lakers role players are shooting from three. They're not making them in high volume, but they're shooting it at a high percentage, especially just on the weak side. So when you look at weak side pick and roll threes from the Lakers, just in the postseason, Austin Reeves has been 44%, Hachimura been at 53%, D'Angelo Russell 39%, and Lonnie Walker at 38%. So those are some high clips, and you know LeBron James is going to be able to break down this defense. And if Aaron Gordon wants to get behind LeBron and LeBron James has him trailing, we know that Jokić isn't the best rim protector. That will leave LeBron James the option to throw a oop to AD, or to perhaps finish at the rim. So I'm looking forward to this being more of a LeBron James series. AD still needs to show up and do his thing, because the main thing about this is the Denver Nuggets' main offense is, and they do a lot of pick and roll as well with Jamal Murray and Jokić, and the Lakers are going to have to combat that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the key to this series is Denver loves to post Jokić up, and that's how he gets all these triple doubles, because people have to have a foot in the paint. They have to come over and help. They have to hard double. And when they hard double, Jokić knows exactly where to go from the double team to make them pay. But in this particular series, I think Anthony Davis can and will guard Jokić straight up, and will be able to guard him one-on-one. And I won't say shut him down, but make him work enough for his to where it's definitely going to bother him when he's back on the other end of the court trying to play defense, because he's going to have to work hard to get his shot. We know Anthony Davis right now is probably the best defender in the entire NBA, in my opinion. I think he's going to make Jokić work real hard. And the key to this series is, if the Lakers don't have to double and the Lakers can play straight up, it's going to mean hard work for the Denver Nuggets. Because if you look at a matchup between KCP and Austin Reeves, you saw what Austin Reeves was just able to do to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson had 3 out of 18 last game. Austin Reeves, KCP likes to run a lot of those screens just like Klay Thompson, so this won't be something new to Austin Reeves. And I tell you what, he'd much rather be chasing around a KCP than a Klay Thompson, so I think that matchup is going to favor the Los Angeles Lakers. Jamal Murray, I think he's going to be looking for mismatches against the Lakers defense, try to get somebody else on him. But at the end of the day, if you can keep Schroeder on him, I think that's a great matchup. If you're starting D'Angelo Russell, you may can give him a chance on him, but at the end of the day, not sure how much the Lakers are going to play Vanderbilt, because we know Vanderbilt minutes waned in the latter part of that series, even though he was doing a great job on Steph, and they may challenge him to play some on Jamal Murray. We shall see. But because he was not effective from shooting on that weak side corner, they elected to wane his minutes. And, of course, Rui Hachimura, his minutes got lower as well, because he was constantly chasing screens, and he is not great at doing so. And there you saw more minutes from Lonnie Walker. So the Lakers have a lot of tools in the bags in order to be successful. And kind of going back to what I was saying with the Rui Hachimura and Vanderbilt situation, the Lakers want to play their forwards just to help them on the boards. But if you saw in the very last game, the Lakers went with a starting lineup of D'Angelo Russell and Dennis Schroeder, and took Vanderbilt out of that lineup. And that's the lineup that the Lakers can use, I think, a lot within this series too, to kind of match Jamal Murray and KCP up with Dennis Schroeder and Austin Reeves, and then you can kind of hide D-Lo on just depending, who they throw out there, whether it's Brown or, when Gordon's out of the game, I think Hachimura can get some good minutes like that as well, too, because he's a bigger person and Gordon doesn't really run off a lot of screens. So when LeBron's out of the game, maybe that's a matchup the Lakers could look to defensively. But it's going to be a really good game, a really good matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver actually came out and got game one just because they're at home. The crowd's going to be going crazy, and it's going to be difficult for the Lakers to come in and get used to that thin air atmosphere. I'm not sure if they've been there for 2 days now, but maybe they had enough practice in Denver the past couple of days to kind of get used to that thin air, because that is the best advantage that Denver has as far as being the best home court crowd. It's not just the crowd, it is that thin air atmosphere and all the things that they're capable of doing. But I just kind of want to touch on that really quickly. I know we got a big game tonight, 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. We all know 5:30 Pacific. So I will see you there. Hope to do a live stream. It's an earlier game tonight, so I will do my best. We're going to live stream, have a reaction, post-game reaction. So please join in with me. I will post before I do the live stream to let everybody know when the live stream will be starting. If you haven't done so already, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. And as always, this has been your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to these haters.